Good morning. Uh, I really love breakfast. I really love eggs, and so this morning, this is my channel, and it's called What Works for Me Mostly. So I'm going to show you how I make scrambled eggs. I've seen many different ways to make scrambled eggs. There's a French method, and other methods I've seen on TV and stuff. But this is the way I make scrambled eggs, and I really like it. I think scrambled eggs should be airy and light, and not hard and overcooked. And so this is what works for me. So I'm starting with a little container. How many eggs do you need? About 2 eggs per person. I don't know if this is back to when I was in the Army, and we would go through the line. They would always give you 2 eggs, so about 2 eggs per person. And so that's the measurement I've always used when we cook for the youth and those kind of things. So I'm going to turn my pan on. I just picked up this pan. I'm not really particular about a pan I use. I mean whether it's like coated or something like that. The panel clean. This hangs right over there. So you do cook your eggs on low. You don't want to have too much heat because they'll cook too fast. And so part of imparting the airiness into the egg is a low, slow cook. So I'm heating that pan up again. You should always turn your heat on and heat up your pan a bit before applying your oil or whatever, lubricant, if you will, that you're cooking with. I use butter. And so my pan's heated up. I'm going to put a little bit of butter in here, and now I'm going to move you guys so you can see into the pan. Okay, you can see my butter's melting. Turn it down just a little bit. You can see it. And so one good thing I like about, I don't know, well, it probably doesn't apply to all stoves. Probably does, but I can just pick up my pan and cool my pan off a little bit. So I'm going to pour my eggs in here. What I have in here is a mixture of 6 eggs, some salt and pepper, and 2 slices of cheese. This is just a Kraft brand sliced American cheese. It's really quick to use, and it's good for things like this. I do have to pay the cheese tax. I don't know if everybody's aware of the cheese tax, but if you have indoor dogs, you might also have to pay the cheese tax. I've got a Dachshund and a Beagle that hang out inside, and so anytime they hear that plastic wrapper open on the cheese, they come running, and want to levy their tax. So now I've got the eggs in there. You can see them starting to cook right there on the edge. And what I do is I stir them constantly. Well, I say constantly. I will stir them a lot. And you can see these are eggs from our chickens, so you can see how colorful they are. Our chickens do free range mostly in a enclosed pen, and so they get plenty of protein out there and make their yolks a bright orange. So you can see as the little strands start cooking, you can see little swirlies that start coming up. And so I just keep swirling around and sort of cook the egg real slowly. Right now, I don't know if you paid attention to my other playlist items, but I am dropping my toast. My bacon is already almost all cooked. It's been in there for a little while. I'm dropping my toast, so about the time these eggs are ready, the bacon will be ready, and we'll have hot things to eat. So you can see how the eggs, I'm just pulling them from the side, and you can see this is the cooked part, and swirling around, and imparting a little bit of air into the egg. It is a little more intensive than the French process. I think the French process, you would leave the egg in there undisturbed for a while and let the bottom cook, and then you sort of gently pry it apart, pry it from the bottom. I shouldn't say pry, but you remove it from the bottom and cook the top part. But you can see how the egg's cooking slowly, and it's sort of getting puffy. And I think a lot of that's due to the air that I'm able to impart in it, as I stir it. I've been cooking the eggs this way for, I don't know, 30 years. And my family really likes it. They like the light, airy eggs that I make. So that encourages me to keep doing it. And that's about it. I'm going to turn the heat off because they're about done. You can see there's still a little sheen to the egg, and that's okay. They will continue to cook. So you don't want to cook them all dry. You want to pull them from the heat while they still got some sheen to them. And that just makes them, by the time you've got them on the plate, because you're not shocking them and making them stop cooking. So they'll just sit in the pan and continue to cook a bit. So there you go. That's the way I fry or scramble eggs. I'll fry them later, show you that. But scrambled eggs, that's what works for me, mostly.